In a small, quiet village nestled among the rolling hills of France lived a young orphan named Julien. Despite his bright eyes and kind heart, Julien was often overlooked and mistreated by the villagers, who saw him as nothing more than a burden. He was a child of no lineage, and in their eyes, that meant he had no worth. His parents had passed away when he was just a baby, leaving him in the care of a distant relative who barely acknowledged his existence. Julien spent his days wandering the fields, his only companions the birds and the trees. The world around him was vast and beautiful, yet he felt trapped in his own small existence. He would dream of a different life, one where he was loved and valued, where he could explore the world beyond the confines of the village. But those dreams always faded with the setting sun, leaving him with the cold reality of his loneliness. The villagers treated Julien with a mix of pity and disdain. They gave him odd jobs, but never enough to make him feel useful. When he passed by, they would sometimes murmur, "Poor boy, he'll never amount to anything," or "It's a shame, but he's just not one of us." Julien had grown used to their words, though they stung deeply. He kept his head down, doing what was asked of him, but always yearning for something more. One summer, a foreign tourist arrived in the village. Her name was Emily, a young woman from England, traveling through France in search of beauty and inspiration for her art. The villagers, always wary of strangers, whispered about her behind closed doors. They were suspicious of anyone different, and Emily, with her bright clothes and sketchbooks, was certainly different. But Emily paid them no mind. She was captivated by the charm of the village, the simplicity of its life, and the serenity of the countryside. Emily spent her days sketching the landscape, capturing the golden fields, the quaint stone cottages, and the ever-changing sky. One afternoon, while drawing near an old oak tree, she noticed a boy sitting alone under its shade, his eyes fixed on the horizon. There was something about the boy that intrigued her, a quiet strength, a depth of emotion that spoke of a life much harder than his years should allow. Curious, Emily approached Julien, introducing herself with a warm smile. At first, Julien was hesitant, having been shunned by others for so long. He wasn't used to strangers being kind to him, especially not someone as vibrant as Emily. But there was a gentleness in Emily's eyes that made him feel safe. Slowly, he began to open up to her, sharing stories of his lonely life and his dreams of finding a place where he truly belonged. Emily listened intently, her heart breaking for the boy who had known so much sorrow. She saw in Julien a kindred spirit, someone who, like her, longed for acceptance and connection. She began to include him in her explorations. Subscribe for the next part.